On October 23rd, Xi Jinping was given an unprecedented third term as president at the 20th Congress, as Xi Jinping's position has been augmented as president for life, more and more of a possibility with every passing. Though to understand how he became the most powerful leader in China since Mao Zedong, and according to some outlets, even more powerful than Mao, we need to understand how Xi Jinping was born in China in 1953 as a revolutionary prince, as his father, Xi Zhongzun, was a high-ranking revolutionary. So in the early years of young Xi's life, he enjoyed the benefits of being a son of a revolutionary, though unfortunately for Xi, this wouldn't last very long. You see, Xi's father, though he was an early comrade in arms for Mao, Xi and Mao were often at odds with each other, as they disagreed on almost every single decision made, even during the Civil War. Mao pursued the Great Leap Forward, and Xi constantly argued with Mao to call it off and pursue a different path. He disagreed with the lack of respect towards the Chinese people, as he told his son. No matter what your job title is, serve the people diligently. Consider the interest of the people with all your heart. Maintain close ties with the people, and stay approachable to the people. Now, this isn't to say that Xi's father was some great person or a saint of any sort. He still agreed that the enemies of the party should be purged and that the party should be the authority of everything in Chinese life. But this caused a huge rift between Mao and Xi, so when the Cultural Revolution rolled around, Mao had the perfect excuse to get rid of Xi. So in 1969, Xi Zhongzun was arrested as an enemy of the state, and Xi Jinping was sent out to the countryside for 6 years of labor as a farmer in Shaanxi. It would be here that Xi would learn of the death of his father and the suicide of his sister, who couldn't handle the collapse of the family. It had seemed that Xi had lost everything. Everyone he had loved were dead or in hiding. His status was reduced to a peasant farmer, and Mao had publicly denounced his family as traitors of China, the people, and the party. You would think this would be the end of Xi's story, a revolutionary prince to an enemy of China living in poverty. But Xi didn't do this. He started to denounce his father, become closer to the party, and embraced all of Mao's teachings. During his time at the Labor Commune, he developed a good relationship with the people at the commune, starting his rise through the ranks of the Chinese Communist Party. Xi Jinping began attending Tsinghua University in Beijing in 1953, as he became an official member of the Chinese Communist Party in 1974, serving as a branch secretary while he studied chemical engineering. When he graduated in 1979, he became a secretary for Vice President Geng Biao until 1982, where he gave up the job to work as a deputy secretary in Hebei province, where he was based until 1985, when he was appointed a party committee member and vice mayor of Jinan. It was here in 1987 he would marry well-known folk singer Peng Lian. Xi continued to climb up the ranks of the party until 1995, where he ascended to the position of deputy provisional party secretary. Things simply were going really well for Xi, as he had completely committed himself to the Chinese Communist Party. With his ambition, he became acting governor of Fujian in 1999, and in 2003 he became party secretary of Zhengjiang. Xi continued to rise as he became one of the 9 members of the CCP Politburo in 2007. Xi made the momentous move as he was elected vice president in 2008. Xi only increased it in power when he was appointed to the vice chairman of the powerful Central Military Commission. This all came to a head when Xi Jinping was promoted to the ultimate position in 2012. He was elected president of the People's Republic of China at the 18th National Congress. So how did a political enemy relegated to a peasant rise to become the absolute leader of China? Well, there are many reasons for that. First, Xi Jinping, unlike his father, stuck to the party doctrine with a passion. Xi remained loyal even with the death of his family because of the party. He lost everything, and thus he couldn't lose anything after that. Second, he made sure to build relationships with the people in power, and once they didn't serve his purpose for ascending in power, he burned that bridge so hard that even the ash burnt. And finally, he was just lucky. He gained his position in Shanghai because the former party secretary was involved in a pension fund scheme, and he was the next one in line. The combination of these factors led to the extremely fast rise of Xi Jinping and his presidency. It is clear that Xi Jinping's rise was a testament to one man's sheer commitment to his ideal of power. He thought he was the only leader that could lead China to total domination, a man who lost everything to the party only to serve it with a dying passion. He became the most powerful leader since Mao Zedong as he consolidated even more power for himself. With his election in 2012, he was finally able to unleash his wrath over China, but that's a story for another time.
冰淇淋